Psychology and Film. Our movie is American Beauty.
My name is Caroline Tucker.
I'm Brooke Mandemater.
And I'm Ella Perry.
American Beauty takes place in a perfect little American suburb with white picket fences and dogs roaming around. It shows two families struggling to find freedom to control their own destiny while also struggling with different psychological disorders. Ricky Fitz is an American teenager who you could consider an outcast, who has peculiar appearance but yet a high degree of confidence. He's obsessed with videotaping everything he finds beautiful or interesting, such as a plastic bag floating in the wind or a dead bird, to eventually Jane, who he develops an intense desire for. He has emotionally detached parents as they struggle with their own disorders, and has a history of childhood abuse from his ex-military father. Ricky Fitz holds all the characteristics of schizotypal personality disorder. Schizotypal is a personality disorder characterized by excessively introverted with social and interpersonal deficits, cognitive and perceptual distortions, and eccentricities in communication and behavior. In the culture of this movie, they wouldn't believe that he had a disorder based off of the high standards held by these characters and the obsessive need to maintain a perfect image. You would be able to diagnose schizotypal personality disorder in most cultures throughout the world, as it is based on a group of symptoms and remains constant over different areas of the world. Some stigmas that would surface for this personality disorder is that they are simply just odd or that they are manipulative and attention-seeking.
So, Ricky shows several symptoms of having personality disorder, more specifically, schizotypal disorder. For example, Ricky portrays a symptom of peculiar, eccentric, and unusual thinking through the way he views the world through his camera. Throughout the movie, Ricky is always holding a camera and is fascinated by the things that are generally seen as meaningless to the rest of society, such as the time where he thought the most beautiful thing he recorded was simply a bag floating around in the wind, or even his interest in dead things, as that is when he claims he sees God. Ricky also presents the symptom of schizotypal disorder through being radically unsocial. For example, the only two characters who Ricky shows any real positive emotion to is his mother Barbara and his love interest Jane. Besides these two women, Ricky is not close to any other character, as well as being known as the school freak due to his lack of interaction with any other peers. Although Ricky showcases several symptoms of schizotypal disorder, he doesn't seem to have any major paranoia or distrust for the world, as he is a drug dealer, which heavily relies on him trusting his clients to pay him back. He's even confident enough to keep the drugs in his own room, even though his insanely strict father has a no locked door policy in order to prevent Ricky from getting high. So no, Ricky was not paranoid of the people around him, and if anything, people were paranoid of him.
Our proposed treatment plan for Ricky's personality disorder is a combination of medication and psychotherapy. Medication can be used to stabilize Ricky's moods and even manage his anxiety. Along with these medications, Ricky would also benefit from a therapist. Most of Ricky's symptoms affect his social life, closing him off from making new relationships. With a therapist, Ricky could work in various ways to improve his social interaction. As well as working on behavior, a therapist would also allow for Ricky to have a person to open up to. His life at home is hard with his ill mother and strict father. A therapist would allow him to have an outlet to talk about situations at home. An ethical concern may be with medications. Some people don't believe in medications to manage moods and anxiety. Although with this proposed treatment plan, it may be hard for Ricky to obtain help. His mother is ill and his father would be one to not understand or believe in mental disorders. This may hinder Ricky from getting therapy and/or medication. After researching further into symptoms and the description of schizotypal personality disorder, we believe that this is an accurate representation of this disorder. Ricky showed many of the symptoms, but not every single one, which is typical for any disorder. Not every patient has every symptom or looks exactly like other patients. In this movie as a whole, the portrayal of the disorders offers an in-depth explanation of personality disorder. Every character represents a different type of personality disorder, so the audience is able to compare and contrast the various diagnoses of personality disorders.
Thank you.